Good evening, everyone, and welcome to next episode of the Pro Wrestling Society podcast. Um, I'm gonna go over with you some exciting, well, not so exciting news, but nevertheless, some wrestling news in regards to Rey Mysterio and Lucha Underground. First up is Rey Mysterio. Okay, so um, over Twitter, WWE asked him, sort of teased a possible um, match with AJ Styles if Rey Mysterio makes his return, and Rey Mysterio said, yeah, he would be up for it. Um, so that's pretty exciting. I mean, even though I think WWE is trash, I am hoping that we get to see him finally face AJ Styles, because let's face it, in my Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles are two of the best high flyers in pro wrestling. Um, and they're so talented in their styles, and no pun intended there, but uh, with Ray and Lucha Libre, and AJ with with his more American based wrestling, and um they're very smart in the ring. Ray is very charismatic. Um, so it would be it should be very dramatic and epic to watch that match go down. I'm not a big fan. I mean, I'm not a fan of AJ, but I do respect his in ring work, and I respect his ability as a wrestler. So hopefully we'll get that match. If not, well then, I mean, it's not like this is the first time that we never, there's something like this passed up, like Taker and Sting, other fantasy matches. So I mean, uh, it's gonna suck, but oh well, what can you do? Anyways, next up is an update on Lucha Underground. So in the link below, they are planning to shoot in a cold storage location, and rather than a temple. So it's confirmed that the temple is no longer there. So I'm no longer. I don't honestly. I think just by looking at it, looking at the images and stuff, it's small and it feels. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't. It feels lacking in some way. Um, I creatively, I don't really like the idea because, um, I mean, Lucha Underground is supposed to be centered around um, mythical type of themes, like with Aztecs and ancient civilization and stuff like that, and for them to have uh, that type of environment, or I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. It feels like they're on a tight budget and they're not making it. It just seems like it seems so out of character. It seems so out of place with the whole theme of the show, and um, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's just all I had to say right now. I mean, maybe it's some part of some bigger scheme of, or maybe they'll transition to, or they'll go in. I mean, I think they did say that they're for this season they're going to be traveling to different areas. So um, hopefully we'll see some some exciting things go down. If not, then I mean, hey, at least we still got seasons 1 and 2. I mean, right? So um, ultimately, I'm not really having high hopes for the season, just based on that. But I'll watch it to see if it gets any better. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say on that. Now, last thing I want to talk about is how I became a wrestling fan. Um, or let's see if I remember. Okay, so when I was 5 years old, around that age, I turned on uh the TV and I saw freaking Edge go up against I can't remember, but I just saw him, I saw a match go down and two wrestlers, they were beating each other. I think it was Chris Benoit um against, I don't know, Kurt Angle. I can't remember. It was on SmackDown, and the Edge suddenly interrupted it, and he taunted one of the wrestlers. Then his face was just like, "Come here, like come on, let's get let's get it on." And then the guy runs to him, and then Edge catches him with a super kick, and then the other guy ends up winning. Um, and that was it. So in my mind, I was like, "Whoa, that's not that's not any type of sports kind of thing." Definitely not good sportsmanship. So I was like, "Whoa, what the heck happened here?" And but unfortunately, that was probably the last thing that I saw off the show. Um, and as a kid, I didn't really have cable, and I didn't really know how to work um the TV uh too well, so I just had to roll with whatever I could, and watch whatever I could. Um, a few years later, I watched SmackDown again, wrestling, WWE stuff, and my parents, actually my mom rather, wasn't really into it. She tried to get me to not watch it because for some reason it's too violent. She said it was too violent. It was too sexist. It was too, a whole bunch of arrogance. Um, so we really didn't get along in regards to that. Um, but I ended up watching it anyways, because I was just so I I was so into it because of that reason, and I was into the characters and the matches. I looked up a bunch of them on YouTube and stuff, and I watched a whole bunch of wrestling, ECW, WWE, but mainly I watched WWE. And I just immediately, as soon as I saw the stuff that was going down, I immediately fell in love with it. I mean, everything like WWE, ECW, WCW, what you name it, indie companies, everything. Um, and just seeing the entertainment and the promos, um, all of that made me. It was like it was on the scale of a superhero type of villain type of drama, and that's pretty much what got me into it. Especially the Undertaker, guys like the Undertaker, and just the themes, the entrances, stuff like that. I mean, as that's what got me into it as a kid, and ever since then I've been a fan. Um, just role playing, kind of acting out some moves and stuff like that. So, um, pretty simple, pretty simple stuff. It's pretty much it in a nutshell. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments below about the topics I discussed. And like this video, subscribe to my podcast, and peace out.